What's up guys, it's Punchy, and I have something we need to talk about. I've spoken about Deepwoken's guns in the past, but I actually provided a lot of ideas to the dev team in the past about the original bullet designs, and this is what we have right now. So I think it's safe to say that I do care about these weapons, but yeah, they're kind of weird. Everybody knows about the medium rifled guns or the versatile light handguns, but what if guns were heavy? Let's talk about it, but first, let me explain what we already have in game. The most basic type of gun in Deepwoken is going to be your light handgun. If you're dual wielding these weapons, both M1, M2, and your crit will fire each weapon, but they do work pretty smoothly together. There's also several talents that buff dual guns on a basic level, but they work well because they're supposed to. Now, you're also able to pair up light handguns with any weapon, and this is used as a sidearm. Of course, in this case, it's not the main attraction, and you're often using this weapon to apply extra pressure or build up your enchant stacks. It's good, but with a sidearm, your gun is not being used 100% of the time. But something strange happens when you're only using one gun. Many NPCs and the player can obtain a single light handgun, and I believe that this is the single worst possible weapon in Deepwoken. If you're using one gun, you basically cannot fight. I mean, I made a whole video about using a build with one big iron revolver, but for most builds, they just don't do well. For starters, the player just holds a single gun awkwardly. One hand holds the weapon while the other one sits there in space, just doing nothing, and it's clear that the Deepwoken team never intended a single gun to be used effectively, and why is that? So a single gun is just not great for many reasons. It shoots slowly, does little damage by itself, and it looks awkward, so realistically this does not make sense. In many pieces of media, as well as real life, using a single gun makes it way more accurate and effective in actual usage than, using dual guns, right? I understand why they would want guns to be faster, but imagine a heavy pistol. Something that could work might be a hand cannon, which is held with both hands and is essentially heavy. Many of the attacks for this weapon could be melee based, but the critical attack could be a heavy shot which allows you to aim or do something special. Weapons like a heavy revolver or a desert eagle are impossible to use with one hand, so I think this hybrid melee gun combat could be awesome for Deepwoken. I mean, seriously, if I'm using one light pistol, I don't want to be standing around like this. Now, the other idea for a heavy rifle could be the use of a stationary crit. I mean, in current day Deepwoken, medium rifles are very strange to fight and are honestly pretty solid, but it requires mix-ups to be truly effective. What would happen if you made a slow swinging heavy rifle which stood still and shot a very high powered blast or railgun beam? I think this idea could be interesting, but I'm not sure how it could be balanced. Things like snipers or heavy rifles in other games restrict movement but grant a heavy attack, so maybe they could set up a tripod and deal heavy damage with a shot, or just move and attack slower. This could be an option that might be viable for Conquest, since it might be a large scale map. That's all I got for you right now, but please leave your comments down below because heavy guns and single guns need some love. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one. It's punchin' time.